So we were really excited to out the play. Tom is talking about the social background of the play in the first monologue, and he's talking about America a lot. And then he contrasts America in the Depression years with Europe. And he says, in Spain there was Guernica. You know, the Spanish Civil War was happening, World War II is about to begin, and the atrocity of the firebombing of Guernica is named really explicitly at the start of the play. And the naming of that atrocity helped me understand why there was a political reason to do this play now. Guernica is also thrilling from an aesthetic perspective because the most famous painting of the 20th century is Guernica by Picasso, painted in response to that atrocity. That painting became the initial aesthetic in for the production. We started out very literally looking at the colours and the shapes and the rhythms in the painting, and we moved from there towards the set design that we have now. We also found in the text references to the paintings of El Greco. Picasso adapted a number of El Greco paintings, so that became a really beautiful connection between, in Spain there was Guernica, and the stage directions of Tennessee Williams. Tennessee talks about the El Greco light, but also I'm really interested in the colour. And there's one painting in particular, the Vision of St. John, and this is a damaged, unfinished painting by El Greco. These bodies are lit in beautiful El Greco light, and they are receiving the garments of faith, which are in these extraordinary, vivid colours. The production begins in a Picasso palette of greys and blacks and kind of squalor. Through the machinations of the plot, there are these bursts of colour in set and costume design, and these colours have been drawn from the El Greco. So we're really inspired directly by the text's aesthetic and political references. The third major visual inspiration or reference point for the production is the work of Tom of Finland. He draws these kind of hypersexualized masculine figures, often in archetypal roles like a sailor or a bikie. His kind of explicitly homoerotic aesthetic was really exciting for us to counter the kind of closeted queer aesthetics that Tennessee is writing with. This play is, 80 years old now. So it has those conventions about how to talk about queerness and all that stuff. But Tom of Finland, who was also working in the post-war period, he is not closeted. Very few people were out in the way that people are now, back when this play was first performed. So it was all about speaking in codes and speaking indirectly and long extended metaphors like going to the movies. And so going to the movies becomes this kind of constant refrain in the play. Because of course Tom, the character, is also in the closet and he can't speak openly. And in a similar way, Tennessee is not able to speak openly. This is decades before the Stonewall riots and the birth of the modern gay rights movement. It's a real crypto-queer play. If you don't have those spectacles on, it can appear not gay at all. But Tennessee, certainly by the end of his life was out, and a real icon. Younger queer people today, depending on their circumstances, it can be quite a surprise how closeted we all were even 20 years ago. So Tennessee speaks to people very strongly, even though the world has changed a lot.